IIT Madras has launched a new BTech program in AI and data analytics. AI has evolved to a point where computer science was about 30 years back. That was the time when computer science separated out as a different subject from electrical engineering. Right? There were a lot of questions at that point. People were asking how different is electrical engineering and computer science, should they be in the same degree, and so on and so forth. And similar questions are being asked now about computer science and AI. CS is a very vast discipline. There are multiple aspects to computing that you learn, right? Starting from the theoretical aspects of computing. What is an abstract notion of computation, right? How would you look at the correctness of algorithms? How would you measure the complexity of algorithms, resources used, and so on and so forth? Then you have a lot of work that happens in the systems place, right? So how would you build computers? What is the hardware that goes into it, and what kind of software you write, operating systems, compilers? There's so many different components of the systems that you learn. And then finally, there is something about AI and machine learning, which is one component of this vast discipline of computer science. Right? So computer science is still going to be a very powerful discipline because it's going to teach you so many different things. But then, if you want to learn about AI, we feel that at this point in time, it has advanced to a point where we need to start teaching about AI from the ground up. Right? For example, something as fundamental as correctness. Right, it has a different characterization in classical computing versus how it is handled in AI. Right? So AI, for the same question, you might have different answers at different times, right? And depending on the kind of data that you have been exposed to, you might be coming up with different answers. So, for example, if somebody asks you name a cricket team that wears yellow uniforms, you might say CSK or you might say Australia. Both are correct answers. And how would you characterize this kind of probabilistic correctness, right? Now, these are very advanced topics when you are looking at computer science, but in AI, this becomes the fundamental nature of how we will evaluate the correctness of solutions. So, starting from this, there are multiple differences in which, in the way the computer science curriculum is constructed and the AI curriculum is constructed. Right? So, if you want to really get deeper into AI, then the BTech in AI and data analytics will prepare you for that. Of course, not to say that this is completely diverse from computer science, right? So we have a lot of us who have spent multiple years working in both disciplines, right? Have spent several months working on this curriculum to ensure that all the important concepts in computing that you need in order to build robust AI systems are included in the AI curriculum. So, if you want to know about the data structures, the programming fundamentals, some of the basics of algorithm design and so on and so forth are taught in this course. What we will not look at is things like abstract notions of computing. Right? What is a Turing machine? We will not go into that in detail when you are looking at how to build AI systems. That's not quite needed. Right? Likewise, there are things about the map that you need, right, to understand AI better. So the curriculum pays more attention to the math. And since we are not getting into some of the other finer aspects of the other components in computing, we have a lot more time to spend on learning about AI from the fundamentals from the ground up. And that is why, if your goal is to study AI, then you should be considering the BTech in AI more seriously. If you take other disciplines, you could take BTech in computer science, right? You'd still be able to learn AI, but you will be learning that as an additional topic and not something for which you are trained from the get-go. And that is what motivated us to start this new program, the BTech in AI and data analytics.